All right, here we are this morning bringing you some more of the 1988 Topps Chewing Gum baseball cards. Now these are baseball cards from the 1988. Super great. There are a lot of good famous ones in this group. All right, we have Mike Giglio for the Mariners. Lee Mazzilli for the Mets. Bill Long for the White Sox. Tom Herr for the Cardinals. Scott Sanderson for the Cubs. And a future star, Joey Mayers for the Brewers. So now here we are, 2017. Was he or was he not the super future star? All right, good card. Bob McClure for the Expos. Jimmy Williams, he was the manager for the Blue Jays. Dave Parker for the Reds. Josh Reggio for the Athletics. Tom Nioto for the Twins. Mel Hall for the Indians. Mike Lloyd for the Rangers. And here we have a true life story from the old woods day, the old wood camps and stuff. Super old. Great story by me. Alright, then we have Jerry Reed from the Mariners. Brian Downing from the Angels. Eddie Whitson for the Padres. Chris Spear for the Giants. Greg Carteret for the Athletics. Larry Sheets for the Orioles. Al Nipper for the Red Sox. Glenn Hubbard for the Braves. Danny Jackson for the Royals. Rick Leach for the Blue Jays. Vincent Palacios for the Pirates. These were the leaders for the White Sox. Alan Tamel for the Tigers. Whaley Backman for the Mets. Dave LaPointe for the White Sox. Claudell Washington. Now, Claudell Washington's a good one for the Yankees. He was a great player. Ed Leach for the Cubs. Jim Gettner for the Brewers. Brian Holton for the Dodge. Hurt Stillwell for the Reds. Jack Morris for the Tigers. Carmen Costello for the Indians. Larry Anderson for the Astros. Greg Gagnon for the Twins. Tony LaRocha, he was the manager for the Athletics. Scott Fletcher for the Rangers. All right. The ISBN number for that book will be in the description. And I hope you've enjoyed my bringing you these beautiful 1988 baseball cards. Now be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and by all means, share with other fans, especially the ones who used to go to the games in 1988. It'll bring back a lot of memories. They'll have a lot of stories to tell you. So it's definitely worth the share. Okay, bye-bye. All right, here we are bringing you some more of the 1988 Topps baseball cards. All right, so this is a good one to share with all the fans from 1988. Let them tell you the stories of going to some of the games and stuff. You might find it very interesting. So if you share it, you might get some really good sharing stories. So here we go. Vance Law for the Expos. Joe Johnson for the Blue Jays. Jim Eisenrich for the Royals. Bob Walk for the Pirates. Will Clark for the Giants. Ed O'Wine for the Braves. Mark Sullivan for the Red Sox. Roger McDowell for the Mets. Luis Argoyo for the Phillies. Floyd Bannister for the White Sox. Ree Quinones for the Mariners, and I know I pronounced that wrong. Tim Stoddard for the Yankees. Tony Quinn for the Padres. And then, of course, you have the checklists for the 1988 from 265 to 396. And right here we have a beautiful old book. This is from the days of the Whig camps. And it's a true story. And you'll find the ISBN number in the description. And of course, it's been made by me, Doris Ann Beaulieu. Alright, so be sure to check that book out. Alright, and here we go again with Matt Williams from the Giants. Joe Hashkith from the Expos. Josh Kansoko for the Athletics. Greg Harris for the Rangers. Gerald Young for the Astros. Done a pretty good job. Tim Leary for the Dodgers. Chet Lemon for the Tigers. Floyd Yeomans for the Expos. Nick Isaki for the Reds. Willie Frazier for the Angels. Joanne Costello for the Brewers. Greg Maddock for the Cubs. And this here was the manager for the Indians, Doc Edwards. Tom Bernasky for the Twins. Bill Wilkinson for the Mariners. Sam Horn for the Red Sox. Todd Woolworth for the Phillies. Rafael Ramirez. Ooh, it's hard when you're French to pronounce some of these words. From the Braves. Joe McGrann for the Cardinals. And here we have some leaders for the Angels. Great job. Keith Miller for the Mets. Eric Bell for the Orioles. Neil Allen for the Yankees. Carlston Frisk for the White Sox. And here we have the leaders for the Cardinals. Now remember, this is all back in 1988. So go ahead and cheer up some of the old fellas who were the fans and share the video with them. See if you can get some good old stories from them. Alright, bye-bye now. Alright, here we are today bringing you the 1988 All-Star National League and American League players. Isn't that cool? All the great ones from 1988. So let's get started right here. Willie Randolph, American League, second base. Alan T-Mel, shortstop, American League. Kirby Puckett, he was an outfielder, American League, All-Star. Matt Knowles, he was a catcher, an American League All-Star. Steve Bedresen, National League, relief pitcher, National. All right. Shane Rawley, National League, left-hand pitcher. That's pretty hard to be a left-hand pitcher. Great. Dwight Gooden, a right-hand pitcher in the National League, All-Star. Benny San Diego, he was a catcher, National League, All-Star. Tim Raines, National League, outfielder, All-Star. Tony Gwynn, outfield, National League, All-Star. Jimmy Key, left-hand pitcher, American League, All-Star. Here is a great All-Star book of the Old Woodsman's Day. Working in the Woods Camp. Great, great, great book. Old-time story. And it's a true story. By me, Doris and Beaulieu. The ISBN number will be in the description. Roger Clemens, right-hand pitcher, American League, All-Star. Tom Hentz, relief pitcher, American League, All-Star. Jack Clark, first base, National League, All-Star. Dwayne Samuel, second base, National League, All-Star. Tim Wallach, third base, National League, All-Star. Ozzie Smith, shortstop, National League, All-Star. Andre Dawson, outfield, National League, All-Star. Dave Winfield, outfield, American League, All-Star. George Bell, outfield, American League, All-Star. Wade Bodge, third base, American League, All-Star. And Don Mattingly, American League, first base, All-Star. Alright, so these are all the All-Stars in the American League and the National League. What a great job they've done. And remember, this is in 1988. So share this video from other fans from way back in the baseball field and see what stories they may have. Because they'll remember a famous game, what a famous player done. They got a lot of good old stories to give you. Alright? And the old stories are always the good ones. Alright. Bye-bye now. Alright, here we are bringing you some more of the 1988 baseball cards. Okay. Billy Ripken for the Orioles. Tim Bertsat for the Athletics. Danny Garden for the Twins. Junior Noboa for the Indians. Here we have the manager, Bob Rogers for the Expos. Willie Upshaw for the Blue Jays. Joe Canceliosi for the Pirates. Mark Kubica for the Royals. Tim Turfel for the Mets. Billy Dolly for the Cardinals. Dave Winfield for the Yankees. Joe Davis for the White Sox. Alex Trevino for the Dodgers. And of course some more of the checklists right there. Steve Henderson for the Athletics. Joanne Beringer for the Twins. Marty Barrett for the Red Sox. Gary Lucas for the Angels. Gary Leonek for the Braves. Bob Patterson for the Pirates. Jim Dwyer for the Orioles. Dave Smith for the Astros. These are the leaders for the Mariners. Jim Sonderbeck for the Cubs. Dwayne Knives for the Brewers. Tim Flannery for the Padres. I know I'm not pronouncing some of these right, but I'm trying. Okay, Pat Sheridan for the Tigers. Ron Robinson for the Reds. Greg Gross for the Athletics. Nope, for the Phillies. For the Phillies. Sorry about that, Greg. Philly man. Tim Burke for the Expos. Gary Carter for the Mets. Rick Yett for the Indians. Mike Kingery for the Mariners. John Farrell for the Indians. John Button, he was the manager for the Royals. Ron Goodray for the Yankees. John Morris for the Cardinals. Steve Buchel for the Rangers. And Bill Wigman for the Brewers. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Stay tuned because we have more. This was a big collection, you know. 1988 baseball cards. Alright, be sure to check out the description in this video as I have 3 books that I've written myself up for sale, and the ISBN numbers are there so you can buy the books at your favorite bookstore. And of course, Life of an Old Woodsman is right up you guys' alley. So be sure to check it out, okay? Bye-bye. Alright, here we are bringing you some more of the 1988 baseball cards. So let's get right to it. Pedro Guerrero for the Dodgers. Mike Lavery for the Pirates. Brett Saberhagen for the Royals. Joanne Benequiz for the Blue Jays. Paul Nook for the Cubs. Kent DeColvey for the Phillies. Jim Traber for the Orioles. Don Baylor for the Twins. John Cadalera for the Mets. Felix Furman for the Pirates. Shane Mack for the Padres. These are the leaders for the Braves. And we come down here. Dave Martinez for the Cubs. Steve Bedrosian for the Phillies. Rick Manning for the Brewers. Tom Bolton for the Red Sox. Ken Giffey for the Braves. Carl Ripon Sr. Look at him. He's very happy. He's the manager for the Orioles. Look at that. Takes his hat off to the boys. Great job. Nice picture. Mike Krunkro for the Giants. Boy, they have such hard names. Doug the Kinsey. Oh, and it says now with Cardinals. He was for the Angels. But right there in black it says now with Cardinals. Okay. Jeff Montgomery with the Reds. Mike Davis for the Athletics. Jeff Robinson for the Tigers. Barry Bonds for the Pirates. Rob Ducey for the Blue Jays. Fred Manrique for the White Sox. Mike Beaulieu for the Pirates. Mike Pagario for the Yankees. Definitely got that one wrong. Rick Aguilera for the Mets. Bill Pecota for the Royals. Mike Moore for the Mariners. Casey Cardell. He's a top all-star rookie. All right, for the Expo. Great job. God, he looks so young, too. Wow, that's cool. All right, Glenn Davis for the Astros. These are the leaders for the Tigers. John Sherby for the Dodgers. And Paul Kilgus for the Rangers. All right, that's cute. All right, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me and share the video with other fans of the good old baseball game, especially those who used to visit the games in 1988. And be sure to check out my description on this video, as I have 3 books for sale. Life of an Old Woodsman would probably be right up your alley. So the ISBN numbers are there for you to get, check out, and buy, of course. Bye-bye now. All right, here we are bringing you some more of the 1988 baseball cards. There we go. Don Carmen for the Phillies. Randy Reddy for the Padres. Jeff Reardon for the Twins. Dwayne Murphy for the Athletics. John Smiley for the Pirates. Dave Concepcion for the Reds. Ed Vanderberg for the Indians. Wally Joyner for the Angels. Scott McGarrer for the Orioles. Joe Youngblood for the Giants. Mark Ciardi for the Brewers. Keith Moreland for the Cubs. Kevin Mitchell for the Giants. Bob Bone for the Angels. Eric King for the Tigers. Andre Dawson for the Cubs. Dion James for the Braves. Joe McKeon for the White Sox. Tony Penna for the Cardinals. Wayne Tollison for the Yankees. Randy Myers for the Mets. John Christensen for the Mariners. John McNamara, he was the manager for the Red Sox. Whew, that's a hard one. Guy Hoofman for the Reds. Eddie Murphy for the Orioles. Eddie Murphy's been pretty popular. See him in a lot. Wally Ritchie for the Phillies. Mike Greenwell, who was an all-star rookie for the Red Sox. Doyle Anderson for the Tigers. B.J. Sherhoff for the Brewers. Larry Parrish for the Rangers. There's a couple of leaders for the Dodgers. Andy McGriffican for the Expo. Jim Perkovitz for the Astros. Pat Keaty for the White Sox. Harold Reynolds for the Mariners. Pat Clements for the Yankees. Alright, so we had some pretty good ones here. Alright, hope you've enjoyed my bringing them to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more for sure. And be sure to share the video with others who enjoyed the game back in 1988. They'd like to see some of their old players right here on the video form. Keep them talking. They probably could tell you some really good stories too. Speaking of stories, be sure to check the description in this video because I have 3 books that I've written myself. And I think maybe the one you guys will enjoy reading is Life of an Old Woodsman. Back in the old days when they had the wood camps. Alright, and it's a true story. Alright, the ISBN number is right there for you, so you can order it from your favorite bookstore. And be sure to share with others. Bye-bye now.